Hello everyone, and welcome to Cosmic Peek, where we take a peek into the cosmos. For today's reading, we're going to be finding out some information about your future spouse. We're going to be looking at their physical appearance, personality, and profession. Today we're doing things a little bit different, and instead of you choosing a card, you would be choosing one of the 3 envelopes here. Inside each envelope, there are specific characteristics, either personality or appearance-wise, in each envelope. Do keep in mind that this is a general reading, and if you'd like a personal reading, my readings are on sale right now for $10 a question. If you're interested, my email is in the description box. You can shoot me an email and we can schedule your personal reading. Pile 1 is this barber envelope with a sheep shaving. Pile 2 is this pink envelope with the doll, the box, the brush, and the compact mirror. And pile 3 is this blue envelope with the robot, the car, and the plane. Take your time and choose the envelope that resonates or calls to you, and see you in your piles. Hello, pile 1. For those who chose the barber envelope, this is your reading. We're going to save the specific characteristics in the envelope for last, and first we're going to be looking at your future spouse's physical appearance. You guys got the moon card. I have to cover up their body because they're nude on this card, so give me just a second to do so. Okay, you guys also got the 5 of Pentacles, the 8 of Wands, and the Magician. Firstly, I'd like to point out that this person may not like to show their physical appearance too much, either their body. They may like to cover their body. With the contrast between the 5 of Pentacles and the moon is all about what you keep hidden. So it could be that they don't want to show off their body and they prefer to cover up, like this 5 of Pentacles, or maybe they live in a very cold place, which is why they cover up their body. It could be that as well. So their physical appearance is very covered. Maybe they wear scarves or very big jackets to cover up. The Magician is also covered up in her little cardigan, and the person in the 8 of Wands is also covered up. So I do feel like physically they like to cover their body. They may also like to change their hair or appearance quite often. With the change in hair color on the moon card to the 5 of Pentacles, they may like to change the color, the style, the shape, the specific cut that they get on their hair. I mean, you guys did choose the barber envelope, so they could enjoy going to the barber or going to a hairstylist and changing that. This person seems possibly quite active with the 8 of Wands. They may have a fit body, lean, or just looks athletic. 8 of Wands is all about movement, so they could be fit. Also with the Magician, they could feel like they've manifested their body in sort of way. They had to put in the work, but they've made a change to their body in some way. Also, the facial expression in the moon card and the 5 of Pentacles, this person may wear a very somber or sad facial expression, or it could just be that they are like an open book, easy to read when it comes to their facial expression. Like if they're sad, you know, it could be easily read like, oh, they're not having a good day today. You know how some people are really good at hiding their emotions? This person may not be the best at hiding the way that they're feeling. They probably express it really easily on their face. That's what I'm seeing for physical appearance. Next, let's look at your future spouse's personality. You guys got Temperance, the 6 of Wands, the Tower, and the Emperor. With the Emperor, your person could be a dominant individual. Emperor represents Aries, very leadership qualities. But what I will say is the facial expression in the Emperor looks not as like scary in the typical depictions of the Emperor. So I feel like even though your future spouse could be very like dominant, I feel like they're still open to opposing opinions. I don't think that they're like it's my way or the highway. No, they seem a little bit more open to possible disagreements or other people expressing their own opinion, and it doesn't have to be the same as your person. Also, with the Tower, that's more Mars energy, so Aries and Scorpio, or just Aries. Strong Aries energy here, strong fire sign with the Six of Wands. Your person could either be going through a change right now, or they could be very transformative. This could be maybe they, when they were younger, they acted very differently than how they act now. It could be that as well. This person could be open to change or like to change a lot. Like I said, like with the appearance earlier, they could like to change their appearance. Maybe they even like to evolve on their personality. Maybe they are becoming more self-aware and they're trying to change that as well. They could be a person that likes a lot of attention or likes a lot of compliments. Rather than just physical appearance compliments, I think that they enjoy compliments on their career accomplishments. I feel like that's really important to them, and they like being complimented on their achievements in that manner. With the Temperance, they like balance, which could be another reason why they take other people's opinions into consideration. They don't like environments where there's animosity or negativity or there's any imbalance. They prefer a very stable environment, and that's why they will listen to other people's opinions and make decisions in the best interest of everyone rather than just one person. Next, let's get a little bit more information on their personality and possible astrological placements. You guys got Mercury in Cancer with intuition, Sun in Gemini with versatility, and Mars in Taurus with defense. With the Sun in Gemini, like I was saying earlier, they could like to change a lot. Appearance or personality, they just like being very versatile in the way that they deal with situations, in the way that they change themselves. They like to be adaptable. With Mercury in Cancer, this person could be very intuitive, and when it comes to communicating, that's what I was saying earlier, they could be open to hearing other people's opinions because they're more of a nurturing energy when it comes to communicating, and they don't want to just take over everything and not take anyone else into consideration. They may like leading, but they like being a leader that takes other people's opinions into consideration. They want to be like a liked leader, a loved leader. Like I said earlier, they like compliments, right? So if they're a bad leader that is very domineering or mean and negative and only do things that they want to do, they wouldn't be considered a good leader and be liked. They want to be liked, so that's why they would be very balanced and take, care about the people following them or care about like coworkers in a work environment or friends in their friend group. This person with more Mars energy here, I feel like Mars is a strong placement in their chart, either the aspects or maybe Mars is their chart ruler. So maybe they're like an Aries rising or something like that. With Mars in Taurus, I feel like they're open to other people's opinions, right? But once they make a decision, it's final. Like they get very defensive when it comes to someone trying to change a decision that they made, right? They take time to think about everyone and take everyone into consideration. So when they do make a decision, it's hard for them to change it. It's hard for them to be manipulated or convinced to change their opinion. They're very strong in their decision once they've made it. Okay, next let's look into their possible profession. King of Swords, Seven of Cups in reverse, the Tower again. You guys got the Tower earlier for their personality. So their personality is very tied to their profession, and the Hermit. With the Hermit and the King of Swords, those are kind of like the loner cards. So I feel like this person may own their own business. Oh right, you guys got Emperor earlier. Yeah, So this person could own their own business. Like I said earlier, with this person and the compliments and how they like compliments depending on their profession, I feel like their profession and their personality are really tied to each other. Um, so yeah, loner, they probably don't have a lot of coworkers, or they may be a boss and have people working underneath them. They could even be changing into that right now. So they could have recently been a part of a group setting where there was a lot of coworkers and they were an employee instead of a boss, but recently they've made a change to become their own boss. Their job could be dealing with technology, with King of Swords, which represents Aquarius and deals with technology. It could be communication. Maybe before it wasn't, but because they're doing their own business now, they are doing some online platform business where they're either selling things or communicating with people. But again, there's just like loner energy here. Could be that as well. With Seven of Cups typically talks about a lot of options, but because it is in reverse, it could mean that they have a repetitive job, so it's not really a lot of variation with their job. They just kind of do the same thing over and over every day. But yeah, I feel like they might have recently changed jobs with the Tower. Definitely feels that way. Okay, next, let's get some more information. Any extra information regarding their job or personality. Got the Sword and Scales, Thunderstorm, Map, and Handcuffs. With Handcuffs, I feel like that deals with their job, their previous job. I really do feel like they've recently changed their job. With Destruction, there's like a lot of Tower energy, which is about like upheaval and change within one's life and a shift. So I feel like they've recently made some change with work, where they're maybe exploring a different job now, figuring out what they really want to do. They could even have changed their job to, like I said, online or something that is not very physical. So now they have the ability to maybe travel, right, with Map, but work online, right? You can, those people that travel everywhere because they work remotely, that could be what they've switched their job to. But there's definitely some destruction that their life is going through right now, some big change. With Sword and Scales, it could be that maybe they used to be a lawyer or dealt with something legally, and now that they've changed to a less constricted, less controlled job. And that's what I'm seeing there. Now let's look into your envelope and see the cards you got, the little extra information about them as a person. You guys got big friend group. So this person could have a large friend group. Maybe they know a lot of people. Likes to be courted. Maybe they like for you to show interest in them. But again, back to that Six of Wands energy earlier, I feel like this person likes to be complimented, likes to be shown that, you know, you care about them. We have poor here. Honestly, rather than, I mean, they could be financially poor, but rather than that, I'm thinking of poor health. So maybe the previous job that they had was really bad on their health situation, which is why they've decided they had to change it. Maybe they were working a lot of hours, they weren't sleeping that often, they weren't eating that often, so that's why they had to change jobs. You also got back muscles, so this person could be fit. Earlier, I think I said that they could be very active with the Eight of Wands, so maybe they go to the gym and they're working on their back to where they have back muscles. That could be another energy with the Tower. Maybe they've transformed their body. Persistent. This person could be very persistent, maybe in the way that they're going to try to pursue you. Maybe they're very persistent there, or persistent with their job. Acts like they don't care and they don't. So maybe the way that they act is exactly how you perceive them. Earlier, like I said, how they wear their emotions on their face, possibly. It could be very easy to see that they're, what they're feeling. So if they're acting like they don't care, you know that they don't, because it's too hard for them to hide their emotions and feelings. Also, open book, like I said, they wear their expressions on their face, so you can probably easily read them when they're angry or upset or happy. It's probably really expressed on their face. You guys got performer, so maybe they've switched jobs to being a performer, or that's what they were previously doing. Could be that. You guys got deep, intense. That kind of goes with Scorpio energy, which would be Mars in the traditional way of doing astrology. Mars is a ruler of both Aries and Scorpio, so they could be scorpionic. You guys got impulsive, matches Aries energy. Aries are known to be kind of impulsive in their decision making. Sporty clothes. This person probably doesn't like dress up like business attire, especially if their job is, like I said, remote. They could just wear like loungewear or sporty clothes and not really have to stay to a specific way of dressing, because their job is very lenient like that because it's remote. Also got possessive. They could be very possessive, maybe over you when you guys are together, or over their things. Straight hair. This person could have straight hair. This person could be a narcissist. So maybe because they are working on their body and they're becoming more fit and they feel like they're a good leader, they could just be very full of themselves, or maybe very confident, maybe even to the point of narcissistic. But also they could, like I said, how they're trying to change their personality. Maybe they've noticed their narcissistic ways and they're working on that right now to try to change that part of them. Maybe they have come to the realization that that's how they act and they don't really like it, so they could be changing it right now. Independent. This person could be very independent. That also goes with Aries energy. Aries people tend to be very independent, very leadership like. You guys also got uncircumcised. High energy. This person could be, if they're a fire sign, that makes a lot of sense. They could be very high energy, whether they're an Aries, Leo, or Sag. You guys got optimistic as well. They could be very, positive. Earlier, you guys got the Temperance card for personality, I believe, and that rules Sagittarius, which makes sense with the optimistic. Maybe they have some Sag in their chart. Stubborn. That goes with the Mars and Taurus you guys got earlier for them. So they could be, like I said, very stubborn. Once they make a decision, like that's it. They're not really going to change it. The only way you can change their mind is if it's before they make their decision. So when they're still contemplating in that area, they can be kind of swayed. But once they make that decision, the finalized decision, it's going to be hard to change that. And also empathetic. So this person, even though they got narcissistic, like I said, they could be changing into a more empathetic way of being, where they're taking other people's, thoughts and opinions into consideration. Do remember that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate for every single person. Maybe there's certain messages in there for you and others don't really resonate. But other than that, hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 2, for those who chose the pink envelope, this is your reading. We're going to save the specific messages in the envelope for last. And first, we're going to look at your future spouse's physical appearance. You guys got the 3 of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, the 7 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. I have to cover up their nudity because the individuals on the Lovers are naked, but that is the Lovers card right there. Firstly, I'm noticing all this Pentacle energy here with the 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, and Queen of Pentacles. That makes me think of earth signs, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person is probably on the thicker side. I'm thinking of like a you know, very thick, juicy individual. Someone who probably looks like they'd be really nice to hug. They're really comfy, like a teddy bear. Like they probably give teddy bear energy. Like you would want to hug them. As far as hair color, there's a lot of different hair colors here, but mainly I'm seeing black, but also possibly white or gray, with the white hair and on the angel there. She has gray hair, and even the white-haired rabbit here. So your person could be maybe a little older or like middle-aged, or for ages, I'm seeing maybe late 20s, mid 30s, and older. But I don't see anyone younger than that. This is giving like 30s to middle-aged, to where they could be graying. They could either start graying, maybe they're like salt and pepper, or maybe they dye their hair white. But there's that. And yeah, body type on the thicker side. Like this isn't someone who's like a gym rat and like I'm going to the gym every single day. And you know, this person kind of seems maybe even a little lazy, with the Seven of Pentacles, which is like a waiting energy, and the Three of Wands can be about waiting too. This doesn't seem like a person who's like gonna go running or anything or be very active. I don't want to say they live a sedentary lifestyle, but they could just be like very comfortable in their skin, to where they're like, I'm not gonna I'm fine with my body, I'm comfortable in my skin, I'm thicker, but it's fine. Next, let's look at the personality of your future spouse. You guys got the King of Cups, the High Priestess, the Devil. You guys also got the King of Swords, the Two of Coins, and the 10 of Coins. So more earth energy with the Devil, the 10 of Coins, and 2 of Coins. You got 2 kings for them though. This person could like being in charge, like a very king-like energy. They could feel like they're always right. They like to make decisions for everyone. But with the King of Cups here, this person could be either both mind and heart, or they can make decisions differently. So sometimes they can make decisions based on their heart, and sometimes they can make decisions based on their mind. But it seems like whenever they are making a decision, they kind of take into consideration both. So they do what logically makes sense, but what also feels right to them. With the Devil energy here, they could be kind of either possessive, or they feel like they're always right in a way, so they like to take over. But with the High Priestess, there's a side of them, like they just may like know things, like their intuition may be really on point, to where they just know things that are going to happen, or because of past experiences, they could just be really aware and have a lot of wisdom of what could happen. With the Two of Coins, they could be pretty balanced. You know, that could be why that they like to be in charge and make decisions, is because of maybe in past experiences they've got themselves out of a lot of sticky situations, or the decisions that they've made have put them in a very maybe a stable area in life, either financially or physically. You know, in the past they may have been in the position where they had to make a lot of choices, and they've always come out on top, which is why they're in this King of Cups and King of Swords energy, this very kingly energy, dominant energy with the Devil here. And the High Priestess, they have a lot of like, it's like a lot of dominant high energy. They don't seem very docile or easily moved or anything like that. They seem pretty stable in their standing and decisions. Yes, next let's get a little bit more information on their personality and possible astrological placements. The Moon in Pisces with empathy. Venus in Leo with affair. Sun in Pisces with vision. And Moon in Aquarius with independence. So double Aquarius with the Independence card and the King of Swords. That is both representing Aquarius. This person could be very intelligent, and that is why they also feel like they should be in charge, because they feel like they make intelligent decisions. But again, with their emotions and decisions, there's this level of both mind, logical with Aquarius, and then like sensitive and heart-based with Pisces here. Their emotions are very balanced in that sense, where it's not really one over the other. They can balance in between what sounds right and what feels right. With Venus in Leo in affair, they could be they could be someone who's into PDA, very expressive, very affectionate, very possessive with the devil too. They could just be very showy. So like when you guys are out and about together, they may want to always hold your hand or kind of be hugging you or kissing you, because they want to show everyone else like, this is my person, I got them, you can't have them. This is the type of person that maybe when it comes to like the proposal, they would put on a whole show, so it's not really like intimate with just you two, but there would be like bystanders or an audience around, like proposing to you in like an environment where there's a lot of other people there. That could be how they like to operate, where there's a lot of eyes and their love is expressed and shown to everyone. With the sun in Pisces and vision, yeah, that goes kind of back to the high priestess of them just knowing things, being very intuitive, having that vision. So they could just be very daydreamy, or just the things that they imagine just come to fruition, and they're pretty accurate with how they feel. That's what I'm feeling there. Next, let's look at your future spouse's profession. You guys got the Moon, Page of Wands in reverse, the Six of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Wands, and this Cat card. Your future spouse's job may be very like hush hush. With the Moon, that's typically about hidden things, and Six of Wands and Page of Wands is a very out there energy. It's very expressive, but they're both in reverse and clarified by this Cat, which is Scorpio, and Scorpionic energy is very hidden, very secretive. Your person may be in a job that is very secretive, so that could be like, maybe a lawyer or a doctor or a psychologist or psychiatrist, right, where there's like that confidentiality clause, or you can't really tell your client's business. Or it could be more extreme, like maybe a government job that they can't really speak about, or they're like some sort of spy or private investigator, but there's some secretive aspect to their job. They may have a very like unique job. Eight of Wands is all about communication, so they could talk a lot for their job. Like I said, maybe private investigator, they go physically and get the evidence and then come back and explain to their client everything that happened. Lawyer, they are speaking to their client. They're speaking on the client's behalf to the judge and jury. But definitely some form of communication, and there's some hidden aspect to their job. So don't be surprised if when you meet this person and you ask about their job, they don't really give you that much information. It could just be that they can't, it's not legal for them to explain further in their job. But definitely this person's job is very interesting. I'm so curious as to what it is, but it's definitely very hush hush. Yes, that's what I'm seeing there. Oh, also though, with the Cat and how it says my way or the highway, that goes back to that king energy with their personality. They may also feel like because of their job, they get kind of like confident, like, yeah, I'm doing this cool job, and people don't know what I'm doing, but they can get it can go to their head a little bit maybe. But also their job may require them to be very calm and like unaffected, right? Maybe that's why they got really good at decision making. Maybe their job requires them to be in a very calm state to make quick decisions. It could be that as well. Next, let's get a little bit more information. Anything else that wants to be added? Pearl, Universe, Yoga, Castle, and Spring. So with Spring, maybe you're going to meet them during springtime or within the next 1 to 3 months. Maybe the next 1 to 3 months are important. Maybe their birthday is in the spring. With Castle, there's this feeling of like praise for their achievements and pride and recognition, ego. So again, they could feel very highly about their job and, you know, very high and mighty, like they may be above other people, which is why they like to be the one in charge, making decisions. With Yoga, that's about being relaxed and like contemplating. Again, their job may require them to make decisions in stressful situations, or their job may cause them to be very stressed, which is why when they take time off, they have to, you know, maybe they have a yoga practice or a meditation practice because they have to like regulate their emotional system to make sure that they stay calm. With Universe, they could feel like their job is really important, or them as a person, they just feel really connected to the universe. Again, with that High Priestess and all that Pisces energy, and them having a strong intuition and a strong knowing, they could feel like they're very connected to the universe, and the universe has blessed them with the ability of intuition, a strong intuition. Maybe they have like claircognizance and just a strong knowing. Also with Pearl, and that's all about emotions and the subconscious. Also talks about the moon, so definitely some aspect of secrecy there, some aspect of emotions, right? Because again, they don't make decisions just on the logical side, but also the emotional side. So they're very in touch with their emotions, but also intelligent enough to make the right decisions. And finally, let's look at the little cards, a little extra information, the little traits. You guys got gray white hair. I think I said that earlier with the angel on the Lovers card, and I believe the woman on the Three of Wands, and the white rabbit, yeah, on the Queen of Pentacles. So your person may be having gray hair, white hair, maybe they're dyeing it, maybe they are just getting older. Confidant, yeah, so there's some secrecy, some hush hush. Their job requires them to be a confidant, you know, not really give out their clients' information, or the people that they're working with, not give out their information. Your person could be a clean freak. Maybe they like things clean, nice, and tidy. Also got gamer boy, so maybe they enjoy playing games in their free time. Got unkind, maybe their job, maybe it's not that they're unkind, but their job forces them to be in a way where they don't come off the nicest, or maybe they're just unkind. But more than that, I just feel like people may perceive them that way when that's not the reality. They're just doing their job. You know how it's like, for example, I'm thinking of like people who tow cars, right? The person that's getting their car towed, of course, is going to really dislike the individual towing their car, and they may be like, you're mean, you're rude, or whatever, like, just give me this chance and I'll pay it, whatever. But they're just doing their job. So it could be that this person, maybe if they're a private investigator and they find some bad information about a specific person, that person views them as unkind, when in reality they're just doing their job. It could be that situation. Also sneakerhead, so this person could be really into shoes, have a nice shoe collection. They may have thin arms. Again, they probably don't go to the gym, or maybe they don't go to the gym because their job is too demanding. But either way, they may have thin arms, maybe not muscular. Scary looking. This person can have like an RBF, or again, maybe they have to have a like a face that doesn't really express how they're feeling because of their job. So maybe they just look scary because they look expressionless. They could be hairy. Maybe a scientist. Ooh, maybe they're doing some secret work as a scientist and they can't disclose that information. They could be courageous. They could be corny, funny. So maybe their jokes, especially with scientists and the intelligence that they have, their jokes could be a little corny where it's not really funny, or it's kind of like weird and then that makes it funny, but they could just be corny. They could be 5'9" to 6 foot. Punctual, so on time. Fair, again, that they may like making decisions because they feel like they're very fair. They feel like they make the best decision. They could be a teacher of some sort. But if it's a teacher, it's probably, again, they're teaching some very secretive information or giving out some very private information. They could be a dog lover. Unusual job. There you go. Let me try to focus it. Unusual job. Definitely. This person has some weird, secretive job. Mid-neck length hair. So not overly long and not overly short. Full eyebrows. That goes with, I think you guys got hairy earlier. Yeah. So this person may just have a lot of hair on their body. Oh, there's hairy right there. So full eyebrows. A little pooch, so they may have like a little belly or something. Like I said earlier, they probably aren't the one that's going to be like running a lot or going to the gym and working out a lot, so they could be a little thick, a little fluffy, and also bald spot. So that could be showing their age. Again, maybe like late 20s, mid 30s, a little older, so maybe they're starting to bald. But that's what I see for you, pile 2. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 3, for those who chose the blue envelope, this is your reading. We're going to save the little messages in the envelope for last. And first, we're going to look at your future spouse's physical appearance. You guys got the 4 of Swords, the 7 of Wands, the Empress, the Emperor, and the Tower. Firstly, I want to mention with the Empress and the Emperor, I see the Empress as divine feminine and the Emperor as divine masculine. So physically, your person may like to balance in between masculine and feminine attire. As an example, let's say it's a masculine individual and they dress, masculinely, but maybe they like to accessorize, right? Like femininely in the rings and the bracelets and necklaces that they wear. It could be that. With the crowns, there's a crown in the Empress, the Emperor, and the Tower. This person may like to accessorize their head as well, whether it's hats or headpiece jewelry or something like that. Also, the way that these people are styled is very cohesive. Your person is probably very stylish. They really contemplate what they're going to wear. They may be one of the people who express how they feel through what they wear, and they like to have like concise pieces. This isn't just someone who's going to throw something together last minute. No, this person takes time to make sure all the pieces go well together. Everything is complementary, everything is cohesive, they look nice, they feel good. That's another thing. I feel like this person has like a motto, like if they look good, they feel good. Like their outward attire is an expression of how they're feeling, which is with this 4 of Swords. Like maybe you can tell they're having an off day by the way that they're dressed. If they're like, let's say they're wearing sweats that day, that's like a sign like, oh, they're not feeling the best, or they're feeling off because they're not cohesively put together. They're not very stylish today. That may be like a dead giveaway of like, okay, this person is having an off day. But for the most part, like down to the socks, like everything has to be matching, or everything has to flow together. Even in the 7 of Wands and the way that she's dressed, very nicely put together with like this accentuation with the skirt, right? Like that's like the focal point. So there's like a meaning behind all of their attire. Also, the expressions in their faces kind of give off like RBF. So your person may just have a resting bee face, or just may look mean or irritated, when actuality they could be very happy and fine. It's just their physical expression of their face. It just looks like stoic or bored or mean or irritated. That's what I'm getting there for physical appearance. Mainly it's just their attire that's standing out to me, not really skin color or hair length, nothing like that. And mainly like what wants to be represented here is their physical attire, their clothes that they wear. I feel like that's the most important part of their physical appearance to them and what stands out the most. Next, let's look at their personality. You guys got the Magician, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Swords. I feel like your person is funny. I don't know why, but the Knight of Wands, the expression, she just looks very happy and like funny, like goofy. Like they're the kind of people that like to maybe joke around. But there's also like another side to them, like how this Queen of Wands is represented here and how there's the queen, but then when she transforms into the old lady that tries to convince Snow White to eat the apple, I feel like there's another side to them that's more devious or more serious. Especially with the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is typically about movement, but the way this card is depicted and the expression on her face, she looks kind of like mean, and the way she's like petting the cat is like she's protective of the cat. So it could be that they're very like happy-go-lucky maybe naturally, right, with this Knight of Wands energy, very optimistic, very happy. But when it comes to protecting something or protecting someone that they love, they get very serious and very you see a whole different side of them. But very naturally happy person with a Nine of Cups, that's very, wish fulfillment energy. They could be just very happy, as like nice, helpful. With the Magician though, there is again another side to them, right? Even I'm just realizing it, even the voodoo man here from Princess and the Frog, his shadow, right? Like it's another side. And even the facial expressions here, some of them look kind of like still very like mean or scary looking. So again, their facial expression could be like that, but I feel like they're very happy. They could be very clever with their words too. Maybe the way that they joke around is very clever. Even I'm being drawn to the Magician, and specifically when he's making the deal with the prince and the princess and the frog, and when the voodoo man is making the deal with the prince and like the prince's servant, and how he's telling the prince, because the prince is like broke, right, and he's saying that he sees green in his future, right, but really he does see green in his future, but the prince is thinking money wise, when in reality the prince is going to turn into a frog, right? So your person may be very clever with their words and how they talk. They may speak in like riddles, or you kind of have to figure out what they mean with how they're saying. They may be kind of mysterious in that way, or just playful with their words. Like they're very clever with their words, I feel like. But naturally very happy. But again, if you like hurt someone that they love, or you're being like vicious or whatever, you see a whole nother side to them. They like transform their personality, where you're like, who even is this person? For some more information on their personality and some possible astrological signs, you guys got the Sun in Leo with fortune, Mercury in Virgo with caution, Mercury in Capricorn with organization, the Moon in Aries with protection, and the Moon in Cancer with friendship. Yeah, with the Moon in Aries and Cancer, like I said, they may be like naturally helpful, very nice, very happy, but when it comes to having to protect someone, or their like mama bear side comes out, it's like very protective, and you see a whole nother side to them, where you're like, whoa, who even is this person? I didn't know they had this side to them. and you don't want to get on this person's bad side, or you don't want to hurt someone that this person loves. With the two Mercuries, they're both in earth signs, so this person could speak very stably, or they prefer like stable communication. They think of what they're going to say before they say it, not really impulsive speech, not really impulsive decisions, but grounded. They come from a grounded place when they're speaking to people and when they're making decisions. Also with caution and organization, I feel like they're just very clever, like calculated with what they say. That goes back to what I was saying with the magician, right? And how he was choosing his words carefully by telling the prince that he sees green in his future. Like that. Like they may say things, you have to be very careful when listening to what they say, because it's not that they're lying, it's just they're smart with their words. They're really good with their words. Really good with their words. And with Sun and Leo with Fortune, again, that like outer appearance, they value greatly. They really have importance. They on their outward appearance. They take it very seriously. Like I said, dressed to the nines, right? Down to the socks, down to the accessories, down to the hairstyle. Like very nice visuals for their appearance. And because this is personality, I feel like their appearance is a outward expression of their personality. It's an outward expression of how they're feeling at that moment. So you're going to be able to tell, like, oh, this person's having an off day because they're dressed like sweats, or they're dressed bummy. Like, that's so unlike them. They're not feeling the best, right? Other than that, they're very well dressed. Next, let's look into their profession. The Queen of Pentacles, the Star, Four of Wands, Ace of Wands, and to clarify, Gavel, and Fairy Tale. With the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like whatever they're doing, it's very financially stable. It's really, it shows financial stability. They're living perfectly fine. They're not struggling. They can support themselves, maybe even other people. They're at a really good financial standpoint with their job. And with the colors are standing out in the Star, the Four of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. That purple, orangish, yellow color, it just like gives like very like happy, vibrant colors. I feel like they're very happy with their job. And especially with Fairy Tale, I feel like the job that they're working is like their dream job. Whatever they're doing, they're very happy with the job. Their job can put them in the limelight. Like they could be out in the public where the public can see them. That could mean like where they're a celebrity of some sort. Doesn't mean that they're like a very popular celebrity, but they just are very well known, either in their profession or in their community where they live. Very well known. With Four of Wands, it's a very happy, celebratory, stable card, and that's the energy that their job gives them. Also, Ace of Wands is about creativity and spark. Like I really feel like this person enjoys their job. With Gavel, that's with decisions and like legal matters. This person could be a lawyer possibly, and that's why they're standing out. And that could be why they're very careful with their words, right? Maybe when they're delivering their case or whatever, they have to make sure that they're saying the right things and not lying, but kind of bending the truth a little bit, or just being very careful with their words. But definitely, this person is definitely seen like by a lot of people, which is why they could also take a lot of care into how they present themselves physically, because they're being seen, because they could be getting judged by people. They just like to make sure that they physically are very well expressed. But their job does they just really enjoy their job. I'm not seeing too much about it other than that they enjoy it and there's some attention on them. So again, could be a celebrity of some sort, or just well known, and or like a lawyer or something where they're presenting something, maybe a performer of some sort. but definitely seen some type of way and they enjoy it. With a little bit more information on them and possibly their job, got yarn, phoenix, master, and pillory. With pillory is all about like dishonor and public ridicule and mockery. Maybe that's why they take so much care into how they dress. Maybe before they were mocked for something or made fun of for something, so now they're like, I need to look good in order to feel good. It could also be that they've recently gone through something where there was a problem, hassles with yarn, and maybe they were humiliated or punished for something, and then they had to phoenix and transform to change that aspect about themselves. For example, in their job, maybe they weren't doing the best or something like that, and they had to like master up, became more disciplined, worked smarter, focused, and they had to transform that part of themselves in order to become a master at their job, which is why they enjoy it now so much. But I feel like there's definitely some form of them that's being possibly judged, which is why they take so much care into what they say and how they dress, because they know if they say the wrong thing or if they're, dressed improperly, they're going to be judged for it. And finally, let's look at the little extra information in your envelope that you chose. You guys got insecure. Maybe in the past they were insecure and that's why, or they may still be insecure, which is why they pay so much attention to what they wear, because they want to make sure that at least they look nice, right? 5'5" to 5'8". So on the shorter side for some people. I'm really short, so 5'5" to 5'8" is kind of tall to me, but I know a lot of people see that as shorter, on the shorter side. Maybe that's why they're insecure. Maybe their height is a problem for them and they try to make up for it by the way that they dress. They're like, I can't control my height, but I can control what I wear. So that's why they focus on what they wear so much. An accent. Your person could have an accent. Smooth talker. What did I say? They're very careful with what they say. So even in pursuing a romantic interest and pursuing you, they could be really smooth talking, say all the right things because they know what to say. It just reminds me of a lawyer, honestly, how careful with words lawyers have to be. But yeah, your person could be really smooth talker, again, not lie, but say things in a way that you're perceiving it differently than how they meant it. You just have to be very careful when listening to this person. Also monolingual. So maybe this person only speaks one language, but you also got accent. So maybe they have like a country accent or a British accent, or maybe some of you, your person speaks multiple languages, but for others of you, your future spouse only speaks one. It could be multiple of those, because remember, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to resonate for every single person. Also got butt chin. Your person could have a rugged look. Yeah, earlier I commented that they may look like mean or irritated. So maybe that's what this is with a rugged look. Maybe some of you, for the masculines, maybe they have beards or something like that and it's kind of rugged looking. Also rough. Yeah, I feel like this person just looks, they look possibly like mean or angry or irritated. RBF face. Malicious. I don't get that they have malicious intent. So it could be, again, their visuals. They just look like they would be mean or they look like they're malicious, but they're not. Or it could be that they get in that energy, again, once someone they love is hurt. It's like they completely transform and switch up and become, really like a different person. Scars. This person could have scars. Maybe that's another reason why they're insecure. Maybe they have scars that they don't like. Loyal. This person could be very loyal. Also got gummy smile. How cute. Person could have a gummy smile. So when they smile, maybe their gums show, or they just have like a very, I think it was the Knight of Wands earlier. Yeah. And how she like looks, not saying your person's gonna have one tooth like her, but like the smile, like their smile could probably make you smile. That kind of energy, which is so interesting because they look so rough and mean, right, naturally, but I feel like when they give a genuine smile, it makes other people smile. Also, wears cologne. You lucky people out there, I'm so happy for y'all. I love cologne and perfume, so if your future spouse is wearing that, I'm happy for you. Hopefully you're happy too. Also intelligent, so your person could be intelligent. It makes sense. Again, if they're a lawyer or something like that, you have to be intelligent, especially if they're not a lawyer. The way that they present themselves and the way that they speak, again, that consideration with the words that they use shows intelligence. Polyamorous, this person could prefer multiple partners either with you or currently right now, or that may have been how they've been in the past. That could have been the problem too. Maybe they were in a polyamorous relationship and that caused problems, which is why they phoenixed and transformed their dating style. Or it could be that they're currently polyamorous and that's why you guys are not united yet, because they're still looking at their options and wanting a piece of everything, and that could be why you guys haven't been together yet. Or if you also are into polyamorous relationships, and that's fine. But if you're not into that, then either that message is not for you, or that's your person's past energy, or that's the energy they're going to be in before they meet you. It could even be that they are about the polyamorous life, but when they meet you, it's like it changes them. Again, because there's some form of transformation here and with discipline. So it could be that you change their mind. Maybe when they meet you and they see, how lovely you are to be with and that you require them to be monogamous, they may switch up. We also have misty-eyed. They could be romantic, but more than that, I'm seeing that go with polyamorous and how they may like just be really into keeping their options open right now or in the past, and they've been misty-eyed and everybody catches their attention and they just want their hand in every pot. But again, if you're not into that, then that message is either not for you, or that's going to be past energy before you meet this person. We also have judgmental. This person can be very judgy. Scorpionic eyes. They could have very intense eyes. That could be another reason why people find them like kind of scary when looking at them. Maybe they feel like they're like looking into their soul or something like that, like very intense eyes. That could be why they look kind of scary. Also, a beautiful body, whatever you consider to be a beautiful body. That could be the body type that they have. And also envious. So maybe they're envious of others. Maybe like if maybe they're short, right? So they're envious of taller people, or they have scars and they're envious of people with no scars. They're envious of them. If they're in the limelight, maybe they're envious of people who have more private lives, but there's some form of envy there. And that's what I'm seeing for you, Pile 3. Hopefully you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.